So I'm back out doing another landscape photography video. We're heading up towards the Kentmere Horseshoe. We tried to do this 2 or 3 months ago. Last time we started right over that way and we were on that side of the valley in Kentmere, and we started by trying to get onto this one. I don't have any crampons and realised early on that that wasn't going to happen because I hit the deck a few times. So we ended up staying down low in that valley, but this time we've come over to Longsleddle, I think it is. That doesn't sound like a word, to be honest, so that's probably wrong. But it's a bit of a more gentle climb up. It's just been a little track so far. It's been quite steep. Not bad though. Better than walking up the side of that one and going straight up there. I'm not 100% sure what views we're going to get, but we should look down onto Haweswater at some point, which means that we could possibly see a deer. Or we should just get nice views down into the valley anyway. I'm not feeling 100%, just getting over a flu, but I'm going to try and show you as much as possible. Nothing like a 10-mile walk to get you over a flu, but it'll be fun, it'll be worth it. Feels like the sun's going to come out like really hot soon, so I'm going to crack on and get as high as possible before then, just to make life a bit easier. So once we get to the top of this one here, we'll check out the views there. I got that slightly wrong, that wasn't near the top. We've come around the side, down that path there, and just come to this T-junction, and I don't think I've done it in a video before, but I've been up there before, up onto Brand's Tree and Sellside Pike, and Haweswater is just down there. We've done videos on this one here, that's Riggindale, then you get Kidsty Pike there. We're going to go up here, so we should get views down onto Haweswater and across to High Street. Quite nice, huh? We did that bit on the right hand side, didn't we?
Yeah, we went.
Skelton Road, is it? Dungeon Road.
Corpse,
Carts Road.
Coffin Road.
Yeah. Where all them buildings were.
Yeah, it's just there. It's up that gully. And that.
Because we saw the bend in the water, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we walked around a little bit, and the view of Haweswater has just opened up. As we were walking along, we got more of a view of this bend down here, because when we were over that way it was cut off a little bit, but now it's opened up quite nicely, and the clouds are actually quite nice today. They're quite there's like a mixture. There's some soft streaky ones up there, then there's some fluffier ones over there. I know nothing about clouds, but they look nice. So I think on this one I'm going to go for a portrait shot. Well, I have gone for a portrait shot, and I was thinking of getting the drop down here, but I've ended up using this hill to our left, which is cutting through, then you get the trees, and the sun's just come out now. So you get a little bit of foreground, then you're getting all this water going through, then that snakes up and heads up to the dam, which you can't see. You can see the little water tower, which is like a little castle thing halfway up. I'm going to grab a couple of photos here now, and then we're going to make our way up onto this one here. That carries on the Fairfield Horseshoe. We're only actually going to do a bit of it. The route plan that we took told us to turn off back there, but we wanted to get this view. So we're going to go up to the top of that, see what views you can get, because you should see High Street from up there and across the Scarfell Pike. So we want to see that first. Then we're probably going to come back down to this point, maybe have dinner here and then carry on the walk. But plans might change once we see what's up there. We'll just see what happens. We've walked up a bit further and we looked at the map just then and we realised that we don't actually want to go down there again. We do want to follow the horizon round because that's pretty much the reason we came up here. So although them route plans are a good starting point, I wouldn't trust them fully. So it's better to have the map with you. But coming up here seems to be worth it. The view of the view of Haweswater is like really good. There's loads of shadows and some light spots. So we'll grab another photo here. Probably grab a picture of me and my dad here, and then maybe have dinner. I've got this photo set up now and I've gone for a landscape shot instead this time because I think it's just the angle that we are. It seems a lot wider now and we're higher up so you can see further down it. And down here there's a couple of sheep grazing on the grass here. So they're both sideways on now. There's its head. We'll grab a couple there. Then we get like the side profile of the sheep. Then we get Haweswater. And then, not too sure which way around it is, but Sellside Pike, Branch Tree. Then you get Corpse Road. You get the road going down. And then over on this side, you got Riggindale here. You got Kidsty Pike there. You get Bleetarn in there. I'm not sure how well you can see it on the video, but it's reflecting quite nicely. You can see some of the rock fall in the water about here. And then this is High Street here. We've done Riggindale and High Street we've done it in a few videos now. It'll probably be in a few more because I like it up there. It's like, it's quite fun walking up Riggindale. It's like a ridge and there's some drops either side and it's just a bit more exciting. The walk up here was quite nice, but it's just like a track like this, which makes it easy to follow, but it's not quite as fun as the risk of falling. So I'm also using a polarizer on this photo just to take away the glare from the water and bring out some of the detail in the sky and bring out all the greens. So I'm probably going to leave that there while I have dinner, and then if any light changes then I can just make the most of it, and then probably grab a photo of Bleetarn if the light hits that area. It's quite dark at the moment, but it could change, but we'll see what happens. Can you go a step back slightly? Wait, no, actually, you go that side. You go where you were, I'll go back there. Then you'll be taller than me. Maybe slightly further this way. It'll still be a short ass.
Big box.
I think I'm still taller than you.
Only just.
So we're squatted behind that well for like, 30-40 minutes, weren't we? And we walked up there and it flew over. Yeah, it's horrible. So we've just had dinner and we've been looking over at Riggindale, and it was a completely different day to this. We climbed up from the car park down here. From this bit here, we crossed over the river, then followed this track and made our way up this ridge. Then about here, it just started chucking it down and we were just getting hammered, and we hid behind this wall about here. It felt like we were there for like 30-40 minutes, but it might not have been that long. But we were about to give up here, and then we carried on, and then when we got to this point here, a helicopter came up this valley, circled around us here, dropped some flares and did some like training exercises. And then just before it left, the pilots and all the people inside waved at us. Then they came back down the valley. It was pretty cool. Here's a picture of that. I've never seen them come up that close when I've been out walking before. You often see the planes going through over Windermere and that kind of thing, but it was like doing some sort of training exercise. So fingers crossed we see something like that again. That was a few years ago and I haven't seen it since. But after we did that walk, we went up onto High Street, made our way across, and we went past some other water down here. So hoping that we see that in a minute as well. That view should open out in a minute, so we'll go and have a look up there. It's been a little while since I last had the video on. We've been walking for a while, but we haven't really seen much. We walked this way, we came round here, went over Harterfell, and then we've just come up onto Kentmere Pike, which is up there. It was more of a walk than a photography walk. That doesn't make sense. I like looking down into the valleys and getting big drops into the valleys. This has just been green and kind of boring. It's been really nice. I can't not say that, but it's not being photographic, is what I'm trying to say. And I've got a feeling it's going to be the same for the rest of the walk. The other reason we came up here was to look down into Kentmere Reservoir, which we looked up to in that last video. In that video we stopped about here, photographed this cottage which is down here, but if you look at the reservoir now, it's been drained, so it wouldn't have made a good photograph anyway. I think they're doing some work on it. Just trying to think of what else might be interesting to people up here. We've done 2 Wainrights, if you're into that kind of thing. I'm not, but I think I'll put it onto the bottom of the screen actually, because I'm not too sure which 2 were the Wainrights. Maybe Kentmere Pike and the last one. But I think what I'm going to do now is probably have more sandwiches, get another drink, and then we're going to make our way back down to the car. If we get any more photos, I'll put them onto the end of the video, and I'll do a blog post as well. I'll link that down below. But I hope you like the video. Hopefully next time I'll be up on either Scafell Pike or Helvellyn, but we'll see where we end up. But I'll see you next time. It's been a little while since I had the video on. We've been walking for quite a while. We went over Harterfell and just come up onto Kentmere Pike. So what we did was we walked right around here, over this one, and then up onto the top here. I was hoping that eventually, after all the grass that we saw, that there'd be like a big drop down to the side, but that never happens. So I've just had a bit of a wander over here to try and get a view down onto the water in Kentmere Reservoir, but I've just had the view of it and it's been drained, so there's no water in there. So this second part isn't going very well. So there's the reservoir, you can see the base of it. You can see the cottage that we photographed in that last video, because we stopped about here. So I'm glad that we stopped when we had the views of Haweswater, because that's made the day photography wise. It's been quite a nice walk, but not got many pictures. I think what I'm going to do is end the video, and then I'll put any photos that I get next onto the end of the video and do a blog post so you can see them all on there. What else might be of interest to you up here? I'm sure there's something. Oh, my dad said 2 of these were Wainrights, which some of you might be interested in. I'm not, so I'm not too sure which ones it was. Maybe Kentmere Pike and Harterfell. I'll double check and put them onto the screen below, and then you can see what it's like up here. But yeah, I hope you liked the video anyway. Hopefully next time there'll be more photos, but I'll see you then.